Have you ever felt like every door you knock on remains shut? Every path you take leads to a dead end, and the answers you're desperately waiting for seem out of reach. It's in these moments, when the weight of life feels heaviest, that God invites us into a deeper connection with Him, a powerful place where prayer becomes the key to unlock doors you never thought possible. As you bow your head today, imagine standing before the King of Heaven, the Creator of the universe, who knows you by name and loves you beyond measure. Prayer isn't just words, it's the heartbeat of a relationship with God, a divine conversation where burdens are lifted, chains are broken, and blessings overflow. But there's a way to pray that goes beyond the surface, a way that moves mountains and opens heavenly gates. Start by quieting your soul. Let the noise of the world fade into the background and fix your heart on Him. Say, Father, I come to you not with perfect words, but with an open heart. I lay every worry, every fear, and every unanswered question at your feet. You are my refuge, my provider, and my hope. As you pray, don't hold back your emotions. God isn't distant. He's near, waiting to meet you in your rawest, most vulnerable moments. Pour out your heart like water before Him. Maybe it's the ache of a broken dream, the pain of rejection, or the longing for an opportunity that feels just out of reach. Bring it all to Him. Pray boldly. The Bible says, ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you. Matthew 7:7. When you pray, don't just ask for small things. Dare to pray for the impossible. Ask God to open doors that seem locked, to bring light into places of darkness, and to guide you toward His perfect will. And as you pray, trust His timing. Remember, the God who parted the Red Sea, healed the blind, and raised the dead is the same God working in your life. Even when you don't see it, He is preparing doors to open, doors that lead to blessings, growth, and purpose beyond anything you could imagine. Now take a moment to surrender fully. Say, Lord, I release my plans, my timeline, and my doubts into your hands. I trust you to open the right doors and close the wrong ones. Help me to walk through each door with faith, courage, and gratitude. Let His peace wash over you. Feel the weight lifting as you exchange your struggles for His promises. This is where transformation begins, right here in the power of a surrendered prayer. Stay tuned, because this journey of prayer is only beginning. God is already moving, and the doors He's about to open will leave you in awe. When we left off, we stood in the powerful truth that prayer is the key to unlocking doors we never imagined. But what happens when those doors seem slow to open? When we've knocked and waited and still silence greets us? This is the moment faith takes center stage, the kind of faith that doesn't just hope, but fully trusts in God's promises, even when the answers are unseen. Right now, picture yourself standing in a quiet room with a locked treasure chest before you. The key is already in your hand. Faith-filled prayer. You don't know what's inside the chest, but you sense it's something extraordinary, something crafted by God just for you. The question is, will you trust Him enough to use that key and wait patiently as He works? Say, Lord, I know you are faithful, even when I can't see what you're doing. Help me to trust you fully, believing that your plans for me are good and your timing is perfect. Faith-filled prayers aren't about the length of your words, but the depth of your trust. They begin with the conviction that God is not only able, but willing to pour out blessings over your life. Blessings that may not look like what you expect, but are far greater than you can imagine. Think about Abraham. He prayed and believed God's promise for a son, even when years passed and it seemed impossible. His faith didn't waver because he trusted in the one who made the promise. And when the time came, God didn't just give him a son, he gave him a legacy that outnumbered the stars. In your own life, blessings may be hidden behind challenges, delays, or even doors that seem closed for now. But don't lose heart. Persistent, faith-filled prayers are like seeds planted in fertile soil. They grow even when you can't see the roots beneath the surface. Say, Lord, teach me to keep praying even when I feel tired. Strengthen my faith to believe that what I sow in prayer today will bring a harvest of blessings tomorrow. Take a moment to reflect on the blessings already in your life. Sometimes we miss God's provision because we're so focused on what hasn't happened yet. Breathe deeply and whisper, "Thank you, Lord, for the blessings I see and the ones I've yet to discover. Open my eyes to your goodness all around me." As you press on in prayer, let God shape your heart to trust Him more. When you pray for healing, believe that God's hand is already at work. When you pray for opportunities, trust that He is orchestrating every detail behind the scenes. And when you pray for strength, know that He is already lifting you up. Stay faithful in this journey, because the blessings God is unlocking in your life are more abundant and beautiful than you could ever dream. Let your prayers rise boldly, and let your faith carry you forward into His perfect plan. This is just the beginning. There's more unfolding ahead. As you stand before the door God has opened, take a moment to reflect on the journey that brought you here. The prayers whispered in faith, the tears shed in surrender, and the unwavering trust that held you steady. Now, the time has come to step forward, but walking through God's open doors requires something more: courage to embrace the unknown and trust to follow His lead. Say, "Lord, I see the door you've opened before me, and I choose to walk through it with boldness. Even when I feel unworthy or unsure, I will trust that your plan is greater than my fears." The truth is, open doors can sometimes feel overwhelming. They may lead to new challenges, unexpected changes, or opportunities that stretch you beyond your comfort zone. But remember, every door God opens is an invitation to grow, to receive, and to step into the fullness of His promises. Think about Peter stepping out of the boat to walk on water. The winds were fierce, the waves unsteady, but Jesus' call was stronger. Peter's first step was fueled by courage, and his walk was sustained by trust in the one who stood before him. And just like Peter, God is calling you to fix your eyes on Him as you move forward. Say, "Lord, I may not have all the answers, but I trust in your wisdom. Help me to walk through this door with faith, knowing you are guiding every step." Courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means choosing to move forward despite it. God knows your heart, your hesitations, and your uncertainties, but He also knows the incredible blessings that await on the other side of obedience. The same God who opened the door will equip you with everything you need to walk through it. Take a moment now to release the doubts and fears that try to hold you back. Say, "Father, I surrender my insecurities and my need for control. Fill me with your strength and lead me in the way I should go." As you step into this new season, embrace the opportunities with gratitude and humility. Thank God for His faithfulness and provision, and trust Him to light your path. Sometimes the journey through an open door will bring challenges, but each step forward will reveal more of His purpose and glory. Look back for a moment, not with regret, but with gratitude for the prayers that led you here. Say, Lord, thank you for every moment of waiting, every lesson you taught me, and every way you prepared me for this season. I know your timing is perfect. Now, let your heart be filled with hope. God's plans for you are good, and the blessings He has prepared are beyond anything you could imagine. Walk boldly, trusting that He will guide you, strengthen you, and make a way where there seems to be none. This journey of prayer is not over. It's only the beginning. God has more doors to open and more blessings to unfold. Keep trusting, keep praying, and keep walking in His divine purpose. As you continue this journey of prayer, think about the barriers you face in life, the mountains that seem unmovable, the walls that feel impenetrable, and the battles that seem too overwhelming. These obstacles may appear impossible, but when you pray with boldness and persistence, heaven moves on your behalf. Close your eyes and imagine the chains breaking, the walls crumbling, and the path ahead clearing as God's power is unleashed through your prayers. Say, Lord, you are the God who breaks every chain, moves every mountain, and makes a way where there seems to be no way. I come before you now, believing that nothing is too hard for you. Barriers often test our faith, but they also build our spiritual strength. When Joshua and the Israelites faced the massive walls of Jericho, they didn't retreat in fear. They obeyed God's instructions and marched in faith. On the seventh day, as they shouted with boldness, the walls fell. It wasn't their might that caused the victory, but their unwavering trust in God's power. Today, God is calling you to pray with that same boldness. Let your words rise with the confidence that the Creator of the universe hears you. Say, Father, I refuse to let fear or doubt hold me back. I speak your promises over my life, trusting that every barrier will fall in your perfect timing. Persistent prayers don't just touch God's heart, they reveal your faith and determination. Think about the parable of the persistent widow who kept coming to the judge until her request was granted. Jesus shared this story to remind us to never give up in prayer. Whatever you're facing today, keep knocking, keep asking, and keep believing. Pray boldly now. Lord, even when I can't see the breakthrough, I trust that you are working behind the scenes. Teach me to stand firm in faith, declaring your power over every obstacle in my life. Barriers may also serve a greater purpose than we realize. Sometimes they're there to teach us patience, to refine our character, or to draw us closer to God. Instead of seeing them as permanent roadblocks, begin to view them as opportunities for God to show His glory. Say, Father, thank you for using these barriers to strengthen my faith. I trust you to turn every challenge into a testimony of your greatness. Let go of any discouragement that has crept into your heart. The prayers you've prayed are not in vain. The tears you've cried, the hopes you've held on to, they're all part of the breakthrough that's coming. Say, Lord, I surrender my battles to you, knowing that you fight for me. I stand in faith, believing that every barrier will fall in your name. Feel the weight lifting as you pray. God is not just a promise maker. He is a promise keeper. The barriers in your life are no match for His power and love. Continue to pray boldly and persistently, knowing that each prayer moves heaven and brings you closer to His divine promises. The journey of faith continues, and God's power will never fail. Keep pressing forward, for He is with you every step of the way. As you continue to pray and trust, remember this: no barrier is too great for God, no prayer goes unheard, and no step of faith is ever wasted. He is the God who moves mountains, breaks chains, and opens doors you never imagined. Keep your heart anchored in His promises, for He is faithful, and His plans for you are far greater than you can comprehend. Take a deep breath and whisper, "Lord, I trust you completely. My life is in your hands, and I will walk boldly in faith, knowing you are with me." Let His peace fill your heart and His strength carry you forward. The breakthrough is coming, and His blessings are already on their way. Trust, believe, and keep praying, for God is moving in ways beyond what you can see. If this prayer has touched your heart, please like this video, share it with your loved ones, and share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Your likes and comments are heartfelt encouragement for us to create the best prayers for you, helping bring our community closer to God. Together, we can spread His love, protection, and blessings to everyone around us. We humbly invite you to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to stay connected with us. Let's continue growing as a family of faith, united in His grace. Thank you, and may God's blessings reach you abundantly.